Hi guys, and welcome to Scott Minis. I'm your host Scott, and as we delve in deep into the interesting world of alternative miniatures for all your war gaming needs. Now, this week we've been delving in deep into various UK manufacturers of these minis, and along with that, I have also been, and a very big quick shout out to this YouTuber. I've been delving in deep into a YouTuber called Callum's Corner. It's a interesting vlog that this guy does, and he genuinely makes me laugh so much with his take on life that it's really worthwhile a shout out. I'll leave a link in the comment section for you guys to check out his YouTube page, but it's worthwhile a little shout out with his definitely interesting take on life. Remember, guys, just to subscribe and hit that like button as well for more videos based on this content. So let's get on with the show. So, looking at this company here, it's called Ramshackle Games. This is one that I came across today, and it's a UK-based company doing some really cool looking stuff. Really different, kind of going back to maybe the kind of early, sort of late 90s, early 2000 style miniatures that Games Workshop was producing at one point. But they do so many cool stuff. Producing a lot of 28mm, so it's totally fine to use in all your games. Warhammer 40k, your Age of Sigmar as well. But they also produce a 20mm scale as well, so if you guys want to use them in some alternative war games, totally fine to do. But there is a lot of really cool choice here. They also do a lot with resin and metal as well, I've noticed. So having a look over, when I kind of first clicked onto this website, I actually clicked on this and I just looked at orcs. Orcs are always the one that I think always sets the standards with a lot of companies like this, because the orcs can offer up a lot of characters. And as I was kind of going right through this, there was a lot of influence there I could see from kind of more the epic days of Games Workshop. So you had the kind of, I see this one here, it was called the Boom Wagon. The Boom Wagon was an interesting choice. I seem to remember there was a epic model, and I can't remember the name of it. Maybe some of you guys can comment and let me know. But I just thought it looked so cool. Pretty simple design. For price wise, I thought it was great. It just looked really interesting, really different out there. Going back over, having a look at the orcs section, you know, I had a look over, there was, what else as well? It was the ones that were the Gretchen that I had a look over. I thought, oh, they could be really smart, really different. A lot of individual character. I remember the ones from Games Workshop, they were quite comical in their way, and they were almost like, they weren't too ferocious looking. The newer versions of the Gretchen actually look a bit more tougher, a bit more mean. Could certainly look like they're going to rip off a couple of limbs off a couple of Space Marines or Imperial Guard. These guys look absolutely fantastic. Price wise, not that bad. I mean, I would say it's on par with kind of Games Workshop. The big one with the claw, I personally really like, with the bionic eye as well. You could definitely incorporate them into your games of Warhammer and just whatever you want to do a couple of different things as well. But the best thing was, it's when I saw this reminded me of, I think if I remember, there is an artillery piece you can buy from Games Workshop. It's kind of very similar to this, But this one here was the Mega Extreme Ultra Goblin Gun. 35 quid. Yeah, again, it's kind of heading the same direction as Games Workshop sort of pricing. But how cool does that look? All the detailing you've got with the gun, even the faceplate of the artillery piece looks just absolutely superb. But yeah, I thought that looked fantastic, and there's also loads of like spares as well that you can actually buy. So if you're wanting to, you don't want to go the full hog, and you're just wanting to get the like an individual piece to kind of convert up your existing Games Workshop models, you can do. The wheels, for instance, that reminded me of the old battle wagon that Games Workshop used to produce. It was almost like a pirate ship, but on wheels. And those are I think it was the rear wheels that are exactly the same as those wheels Goblin Gun. So there's obviously a clear influence from Games Workshop styling. But as I looked through this website, I came across the dwarfs. I think you guys have realised that I always go on about the dwarfs and how I quite like the old style, the squats. In fact, it was pretty gutting when Games Workshop stopped releasing that range. And I came across this, and I was like, wow, that looks so cool. You've got this one here where you can get I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a look over this price and I'm going £3.50 is really cheap for that style of model. I would expect to maybe pay about £5-6. If you look at the Outriders from Games Workshop currently, Outriders I think are coming in retailing about £30. It's about £10 per model. I think you've got the Genestealer Cults, which are on motorbikes anyway. You get a pack of 5, which are coming in at about 30 quid from what I remember. You get 10 of these squat riders for £35. It's £3.50. Plus your postage packaging, don't get me wrong, you've got to pay that, but how awesome do they look? I love the one that they've got up the back here. The guy it's riding on the back, he's obviously pointing to his colleague there and saying go that way. Or you've got the ones sitting on it's a trike up at the back. Absolutely phenomenal models. The faces as well look really cool, and I can imagine maybe having say about 20 or 30 of these guys riding across a battlefield. That would look so impressive for your games of 40k. And I should mention as well, guys, when I've used alternative models for my kind of friendly games at my local gaming store, not in Games Workshop itself, but in the more independent stores. And when I've done that, my opponent and nobody else within the shops actually said you cannot use that model. Now it'd be so different if it was a way different scale, or it was so far removed from that kind of that sci-fi look if it was 40k, or it was the fantasy look style model. But nobody's actually said anything to me. So personally, I would say if you guys are looking at some of these alternative models that I've been mentioning every day, you can actually use them, and there's not going to be many opponents who would say that. And plus as well, I think if people were to say something, at the end of the day, everybody's got their own decisions to make with that, but I would say it's not that bad a problem to take some of these alternative miniatures along. It's just showing off a different model. You can put it down to your own conversions, but certainly these guys I absolutely loved. And there was actually, I should point out, the guys with look like the gnomes up at the back. This chap here, he actually looked so comical and so cool. But I love those guys, they just look fantastic. So going back very quickly, let's see if we can escape out of this. So going over and have a look at some of the other stuff. I found this other one, and it was called, see if we can find it. It was in, I believe, in the dwarf range. and they had this one, and I'm not trying to find it just now. Go past all the bikers, so you can obviously tell there's you could actually get this one as well, Dwarf Techno Jarl. Now me personally as well, for my games of 40k, what I've actually gone off and done is I've got a bit of a theme going where all my, for my Imperial Guard, for my Tech Priests, I've actually used squats in that, because I really like the newer squat models that came out. I think for Blackstone Fortress. So what I personally did was I used a squat model from that is to go for my tech priest, and I saw this one here with a huge power claw. Stunning model again. Looks like about the right sort of scale as well. You know, just having a quick click into here, you can see it. Facial features, maybe not so much, but the big huge power claw kind of did it for me. I thought, yeah, that looks pretty cool. But yeah, it's worth a check out, and £3 really cheap as well. But moving on, I had another look at this other range as well that they do, and it's called Tanks. Now, for all you Orc players or Genestealer Cult players, this would be the section to shop in. It looks phenomenally good what they've done. Price range, really reasonable, 24 quid. Yeah, I would pay that. I mean, for second-hand Lehman Russ off eBay, I'd pay that price personally all day long. How cool does that look? That actually looks like somebody's taken a Lehman Russ, converted it, and actually done something really different with that. I could imagine having a couple of Gretchen or a couple of Orc boys hanging off the side of there. And having a look over as well, there was one here, if I can see it. If we go back up, let's go to Tanks. And the thing is, guys, as well, you can always just mix and match up all these different figures. Nobody would really, I mean, imagine having a couple of these kind of rolling across a battlefield. Me personally, I love having tanks in my main army. Nothing more with that. You know, you can have that or have as many troops as you want, to be honest with you. It's just so different and just something that's really cool to paint up. I mean, this one here, I wouldn't even really know where to begin with that, but that looks pretty cool. I like the facial features. Maybe some sort of chaos tank you could kind of do with that. But lastly, kind of going on, you know, we've got the civilian vehicles as well, which I thought was really smart as well. I think sometimes what you can do is you can have a look at these kind of miniatures, and for your battlefields that you're wanting to set up, having a couple of these placed about, it just would look brilliant and looks really awesome. I know there's a lot of companies out there, or you can buy your own kits and kind of paint them up in the 40k style, but you've got a company here that'll actually give you the proper kit itself. I just saw recently with this one here, the waste tractor. I saw on Facebook that somebody had taken a similar sort of model, and what they'd done is they'd put a Death Strike missile right on the back. It looked so awesome for that particular model. It just looked like it was getting taken along into the battlefield right at the start. Even their kind of squigs as well, really like the look of all that as well. Very cool looking stuff. So yeah, we're, I mean, just kind of having another quick look over. We've also got, if I go into, I believe it was military, and there was this one really cool piece I really liked, and it was called Artillery Cannon. Now, for me, I've seen some Imperial Guard miniatures where they've done like the Earthshaker cannon, the basilisk, and they've had it just on its metal platform down, and they've put the crew round about there. Or there's actually a conversion kit you can get where it's got the 4 legs extended out, and it's like a stable platform for the gun to be on. Well, you don't need to buy the kit anymore because it would be quite expensive to do that anyway. What you can do is you can buy this piece, and I don't think that would look out of place anywhere on your 40k battle scene. But yeah, it's a cool website to go into, interesting place. Very lastly, I'm going to show you these toy car scale ranges. I thought that I know that there's a game out that incorporates this. I can't remember that. Maybe some of you guys can comment and let me know. But I know there's a car game that you can play with these Hot Wheels style cars. It's a kind of apocalyptic Mad Max style game. But yeah, you could definitely use some of these models in here. I quite like the look of some of it. Kind of using in a bit of the modern cars to put on a couple of machine guns. They even have the conversion kits. So this part here with the guy up at the top with the gun, you can actually buy it off this website. So yeah, there was really cool range, worthwhile a check out, guys. Check it out. So it's www.ramshacklegames. It's www.shop.ramshacklegames.co.uk. And thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching.